What it could be, hopefully what it should be. This is your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this Drink Chats motherfucking happy hour. Make some noise! And when we started this show, we said we wanted to interview legends. We wanted to interview people that's in this game 10 years or more, that's making a mark, and that's standing here. And when I'm still looking in front of this brother right here, he is one of the most remarkable CEOs. He has changed so many people from the hood's lives, made them millionaires, made them stars. Right now, I got the 3 hottest fucking people in the fucking world still signed to him. Right now, going through a couple of different decades. Had the original Cash Money, and then now everything that's going on. In case you don't know who the fuck we talking about Birdman. Make some noise! Now, you were like the Cash Money period were like the inventors of like being independent.
Definitely.
So how did you guys go from like, you know, being in New Orleans, being independent, and to, you know, Universal getting wind of you guys and then coming on board?
And the difference between independence before you guys, like the Ruthless Records and the Loop Records, what was the difference from then to you guys?
I kind of studied all them guys who did it before me. But just to bring you to the essence of where I come from, how we come up, you know, just growing up in a boys' home and, you know, just being in the streets all my life, you know, we lost a lot. Right. So I just felt like when Universal approached us, I was already 5-6 years independent. And I felt like we had blood on this money already, so I refused to give up anything. You know, I was a young man, and that was my mentality that, you know, it wasn't about the money, it was about me being able to own my shit. And I just felt like we lost so much to gain so little. So none of that shit didn't even matter to me. This what it is, this what it's gonna be. If not, I could continue doing what I was doing, because I was making millions of dollars a month anyway. So when I went up there to New York to visit with whoever we was gonna visit with, it was gonna be my way or no way, our way or no way, period.
Wow. How did you develop that mentality? Because so many people at the time, baby, they were getting advances, and they were happy with that and buying some, you know, a couple of cars and sneakers.
Saw the bigger picture.
How did you see the bigger picture? Now everybody wants to be black excellence and black owned, but you was doing this shit and
20 summers ago.
That's what I'm trying to say.
When I came in the game, it was just like, I just felt like, you know, but I lost so much, but I lost down in my whole family, and then a bunch of my partners and all them niggas to me died to see me be successful, or see us be successful. So I ain't felt like, how could I give somebody something that they didn't work hard for? Mouse man, that music. How can I give anything up that people died for? So I went up there with that mentality, and it was gonna be that or nothing. We wasn't hurting for no money. We was already making millions of dollars a month. It wasn't about the money. I still wanted a great deal.
How hard was that? Because in the beginning, you know, hip hop was in the East Coast, and then it went West Coast, and then it went South. And even when it went South, it took a while for it to come to Louisiana.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So how hard was that? And even when it kind of like went to Texas first. And so how hard was it? Because you got to see the Ghetto Boys, you got to see them.
Yeah, I was inspired through all that, but New Orleans always had a culture.
Right.
We was able to
open a bottle, Lee.
Move and do what we do throughout New Orleans, Texas, Atlanta, throughout the South, Alabama, all them areas. So for us, we was still generating a lot of money, and it just, we was putting out a lot of music every month. So once I got the hustle of it, and it was spreading. So, you know, back in them days, you had to do it from the turf. You had to be in the ghetto with that shit. We in every neighborhood, every project in America, we done been in that motherfucker. So for me and for us, we were just trying to really just get out the ghetto. And I found the hustle, which was music, and we just stuck with it, kept it pimping.
Woo! God damn it, you still don't know how to open up champagne, brother. Like, you know there's a classic way of opening up champagne. We don't got to do it around hood niggas. You press down on it, and then you open it up. There's no noise. Right behind you, too. There's no right behind me in my fucking ear, man. The fuck? You know how many things? That shit just reminds me of something bad, brother. You got to get your life together, man.
You know, Neff, you come up in this era.
Exactly.
That, you know.
Yo, let me just tell you something, Birdman. ever since my encounters with you, this is why it was important for me to do this interview, because my encounters with you, you're a man of your word. If you tell me, yo, we're gonna do something, we have always did it.
Day one.
Day one. And I gotta give this shit up. I gotta give this shit up because, you know, a lot of times I see people, you know, go on the internet and their opinions is their opinions. I don't, you know, that's them. But I gotta speak up for you. You know what I'm saying? I gotta speak up for you. If every encounter with me for 22 years has been pleasant, has been real nigga shit, I gotta stand by that. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit around and just, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, let me get some little bit more. You ain't drinking champagne, right?
Nah, I'm straight.
You got your own, right? You got your own, goddamn it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And I brought you that bottle of 20 bands.
Yes, I ain't gonna lie. I'm putting
wanted
that in the
to
crib.
show you in love.
I ain't gonna lie, Birdman, putting that in the crib, man. Like I got
We got a lot of them.
Fuck these niggas here, man. I'm putting that in the crib. My niggas they don't deserve that, Bird. My niggas don't deserve that. I only deserve that.
I met you in the trenches.
Yes, right.
In your neck of the woods.
Let me keep bigging you up. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. I went to New Orleans and I was trying to get a record from Master P in them, right? And
you remember what year this is?
This was like 97 or something like
fresh
that.
Fresh off of War Report or fresh off N.O.R.E?
This is off War Report. N.O.R.E is not.
Okay.
No, this is after N.O.R.E.
Yeah, because the record with them was.
I remember I was out there and some girl said, "You gotta fuck with Cash Money," and I ain't heard niggas yet. So I was like, "What?" And she had put me on the Juvenile. I think it was 400 Degrees before the
hot record.
This is before the hot record, and I was motherfucking Cash Money down at that moment. So then I finally linked up with you on the Melvin Flynn album in New York, and you told me I had just won the Juvenile at the time, and you said, "Nah, this little nigga right here is gonna be the biggest thing in the game."
Lil Wayne.
Yup, little motherfucking Wayne, my nigga. And to be honest with you, he was so shy back then. You know, remember he used to talk. So when I just trusted you and I believed you. And if you remember that record, I let Lil Wayne go first.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you told me that years ago when Juvenile was the hottest in the game. How do you develop foresight and seeing talent like that?
I just think it's one of my gifts, bro. Mm-hmm. You know, I can see that shit before they see it in themselves. And I believe in it, and I give my all to it, and we ride with it till we make it happen, bro. That doesn't mean that it's gonna happen fast.
Right. And
you know what I mean? We ain't come up in a social media era. You know what I mean? You had to do that shit a different way. Right. But I think it's just one of my gifts, bro, and and I believe in it. If I feel it, I'm going with it. I ain't gonna think twice about it. Right. And I think one of my blessings is I was an artist, and I know how artists think and what they need to paint, how they paint their picture, and I let a nigga do their thing, and I get out the way.
Right. Now you and Juvenile, y'all doing the album together now, correct?
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
Through it all, me and Now just stayed in touch, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just personally feel like Juvie, he's a nigga that's born to rap.
He's one of the best to do it.
He really can rap, you know what I mean? And I wanted to, you know, Juvie signed to Cash Money, you know, now.
Right.
And I just felt like, for Now, this is a great way to bring you back. I don't want to just throw you out there because I think he got so much to offer, and talent-wise, he a bad motherfucker. Right. You know what I mean? So I thought this would be a great way. Let him do this and then go do his thing. You know what I mean? Because he definitely born to rap, and he gonna impress a lot of motherfuckers with this project and with future projects that we're gonna do together.
Now, Juvie a bad motherfucker. Now, but you got, right now, presently, you have one of the #1 records in the world, Bust Down Tatiana.
Yeah.
That's on Cash Money?
Yeah, Cash Money.
Holy moly, this nigga goddamn nigga, you can't stop getting money, goddamn. This nigga can't stop getting money. This nigga just getting money. You know, so, because obviously, you know, from your affiliation, we see, you know, Whack.
Right.
Whack, whose wears red, you wear red.
Definitely.
How does someone come to you and say, this is a young brother, I believe he's Crip, and does that make a decision in who you sign?
No.
Okay, so it's about pure talent?
What made me was, me and Whack always had a relationship. It started with the beat thing. You know what I mean? Me going to Cali a lot. And moved to California, and I said, you know, my love for music, I want to go over there and start a vibe. Let's get a vibe going. So I hit Wack and said, let's start Cash Money West. I want you to run the whole, you be the perk, you do your thing, and you from the turf. Right. And just to make the artists feel cool, they got one of their own to represent what we're doing. Right. And we put the play together, and Blueface and Young Savage, the first 2 artists we signed from CMW.
Wow. Wow, and Blueface is taking off.
He done took off.
He done took off. Goddamn, make some noise for Blueface. I think that's dope too, because see us, you know, on the East Coast, we grew up just thinking like when a blood sees a Crip, it's automatic. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays it's more like about the green.
For
like,
me, you know, I'm an old head in this game. I ain't tripping. If a young ain't got talent, we gonna do it. You know,
well, Death Row was the blueprint of that as well.
You know what? I forgot about that. I forgot that Suge was actually
they had Bloods and Crips.
You know,
matter of fact, Savvy and Blueface, both of them Crips.
Both of them Crips.
Both of them Crips. But
do you ever get slack from like the Blue Bloods coming?
Nah, I mean, we just looking for talent.
Right.
I ain't, man, you heard me? Shit, we trying to make money. I ain't with the bullshit, you heard me? I ain't trying to be tied to the bullshit. All we want to do is make money and do great business with these youngsters and keep them, and keep building brands and turning them into millions, 100 millions into billions. That's the whole play. Right. So when you thinking like that, you ain't even got time for the small talk. That's bullshit. We just trying to take this young man and make him as successful as possible, build him to be as big as possible. That's all that matter, bro. Wow. Only.
Wow. Goddamn, make some noise for that, goddamn. Now, what's my man name? The king of R&B? What's his name?
Jacquees, man.
Jacquees. What's up with him? Yo, he had the internet bad at him for like a week.
I'm so proud of that young man, man. I mean, I've been working with Jacquees for going on 5 years.
Right. Wow,
And day one, I saw stardom in it.
Wow.
I just, you know, it's a process in this shit, bro. Right. You know? Right. And I stuck with him, we believed in him, and I think right now, 2019, this is year. Wow. For all the hard work he put in here, a great young man, come from a great family, and I think he gonna be one of the best for a long time. Wow. Not just saying that because he's with me, because he's talented. He write, he can write, he going there. You know, young niggas doing 5, 6, 10 songs a day, man. You hear him? They really chopping it down. So for me, with him, I'm gonna work with him and we're gonna hustle real hard. He got his own company that I embrace called FYB with his own artists. His single of his new album come out on the 22nd. Okay. Then his album coming out either April or May, whenever he choose to drop it. Okay. But I really expect a lot of big things out there, young man, and this gonna be the year in the turning point. And we believed in him day one, and we're gonna continue to believe in him and let him paint his picture and do his thing.
Done. Is it safe to say Game album will be on Cash Money West?
Say that again?
Is it safe to say that Game album being that Game is managed by Wack? Wack is running Cash Money West.
Game is one of my closest friends. I really like Game, and if I ever got a chance, to work with Game, trust me, it's gonna happen.
Okay, so that's like almost. That's like maybe. Like
if I ever got a chance, because I think you could put Game in a boat with the Wayne, the Kendricks, the Drakes. Yeah. This man is a real.
That's what we said.
This nigga born to rap. You got a few niggas really born to rap. You know what I mean?
We kind of felt like Game was super dope, but we felt like he didn't need to take certain tactics that he was taking this route around, like with the Kanye thing. Like we didn't agree with that because we thought that Game is too nice for that. Like he's too good.
Lyrically,
lyrically, he could get to that same.
My point of embracing him, he can do whatever the fuck he want to do, however he want to do it. But I believe in his talent, and I'm gonna bring my expertise to the table. What I bring to the table, I come with power with this shit, and I think he's a superstar.
Have you ever dealt with something like that, like where an artist we talk about an artist that you may be cool with, like you know, like if you was cool with Kanye and Game went at Kanye's wife. Have you ever been involved with something like that? We wanted the artist to change something or something like that. You got in the middle.
I can stay out of other nigga business. Yeah, ain't mine.
All right.
You heard me? I got enough of my own. You heard me? Whatever them men got going on, that's on them, bro. I ain't got nothing to say about it. They get it how they live, thug with it, whatever they want to do with it. Fuck it, just leave it over there. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Got that. Make some noise for that. Got that. So in the beginning, there was a Cash Money Rough Rider tour.
DNY, them my partners, Swiss, all them boys, we grew up together in this game.
Just pick them up.
Number of respect.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, no one thought that tour was gonna survive. That was
the whole route.
Yo, I'm talking about even like the openers was killers. Like everybody was a shooter.
Hey man,
goddamn.
50 Cent opened up.
That was what I'm saying. 50 was the opener. That's who I forgot. So,
Shout out to 50. That's one of my close friends.
Okay. So how was that? Because you know, again, at the time, New York was running shit so much that like they didn't really acknowledge other places. But you motherfuckers are the hottest people on the motherfucking planet. How did that, you know, not only New York embracing you, but the world somewhat looking at, you know, New Orleans from here on out?
Honestly, bro, we was young and we didn't give a fuck.
Wow.
To keep it G with you. You heard me? We were just young, excited to be out the project. I used to have a bus with at least 100 with me. My whole neighborhood was with us. So we wasn't already tuned into what we was doing. We were just happy to be out the ghetto, making money, and we could buy our mama's houses and cars. We wasn't tuned into after all that shit to like, nah, let's take, you know what I mean? We're gonna take this shit serious and get jiggy with it. Let's see that we can make 100 million, couple of hundreds of $1 billion in this shit. But when we was doing them tours, we were just running around having fun, getting money, not really knowing.
Footage of it, y'all going to the stores, popping champagne.
Look fun.
Yeah.
We were just enjoying that shit just to be, you know what I mean, just like a dream come true. Cause the shit happened at a real young age for all us, bro. You know what I mean? So when we got all that money like that, nigga thought they was dreaming. Facts. You know what I mean?
How old were y'all when you got the deal, the distribution
I signed my deal. I probably was 19, making 20. Wayne done been playing with millions of dollars since they was 13 and 14 years old, man. You hear me? So we grew up in the music business.
Yeah.
I've been with Universal 23 years, and I was 7 years independent before that. So, you know, it shit been like we grew our life up in the music business.
Right.
Wow.
And at a young age, playing with a lot of money.
Wow. That fucked me up just now. That fucked
19.
me up. That's fucked me up.
Fuck was we doing at 19?
So at some point, right, it looked at like Juvenile had left, or Turk had left, or BG had left, and it looked like it was just you, Manny, and Wayne at one point.
Yeah.
Did you have any doubt? You know, because at the time Wayne was not the man. Like,
Definitely.
And I remember him like somewhat putting Cash Money on his back. But again, that was like, you know, it's like your son. So are you thinking like, this is the one, or I'm thinking this is the one because this is my son?
When all that shit took place, bro, kind of fuck with me because I never thought it could happen.
Meaning people like,
Nigga would just go separate knowing how hard we come up. And we really started with nothing and not blessed niggas.
Right.
I gave my life to this shit. Honestly, I put my everything online. If I was gonna die, I was gonna die. If I had to kill, I was gonna, whatever had to be done, I was with that shit. So when it did happen, the same day it happened, Wayne came to me like, cause I was in my feelings about this shit, like, y'all niggas know what it is. Nigga, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. He was like, man, fuck them niggas, man.
Right.
I'm better than all them niggas together anyway. That shit woke me up.
Right.
I said, you know what? You right. Fuck them niggas. Let's go. And that shit turned me up. We ain't never looked back.
And what's the first record when you seen, like from that moment that you seen Wayne perform and you was like, all right, this nigga was right. And you right. Obviously.
He was dropping mixtapes.
Yeah, the mixtape
mixtape Wayne. Okay, all right.
And I went to his show.
Right.
And I'm thinking,
the words.
Nah, I'm just peeping him.
Okay.
I'm just peeping him because I'm used to always being on stage with him.
Right.
So he was like, I got this tonight. You chill out. I want you to watch me.
Wow.
When I saw that shit, I was like, let's go.
Wow.
I knew he had it. I always knew he had it. But honestly, you know, with all the love and respect, situations, diversity make a man be a man. It make you stand. And losing them made me and Wayne just go harder in every situation. So it really turned him into a monster.
Right.
Because at first he ain't had to be a monster.
Right.
But when they left, he was going to eventually be who he was going to be. But the leaving shit made a nigga just be more creative and do their own thing.
Right. And one thing about Cash Money was like, like you said, you was influenced by Jay Prince. Like I seen y'all.
I was influenced by more than niggas than Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. Excuse me. I was thinking Houston Ghetto Boy. Excuse me. But you guys always somewhat did your own thing. Like when we see y'all come out on the helicopters, like niggas wasn't thinking like that. Niggas like helicopters and what developed that? Was it because they had other people who was popping from New Orleans like
like
No
did
Limit?
that competition help?
Nah, just our early days, but I was just painting my life in our early days. All that shit was me just saying, fuck it, this is how I'm living.
Wow.
This what we doing, this how we thugging with it. Right. We gonna get helicopters, all kind of shit. Fresh put his little inputs in, but it was just a fantasy a nigga had as a kid, just wanting to live life a certain way. And I put that shit and turned it into reality.
Right. You ever thought it would be this big though?
You have expectations, but when you live in it, it's something totally different.
Wow.
You know, our first expectation was just getting out the ghetto. And then as you living, you know, every day of life is an experience because I never lived life like this. You know what I mean? I come from the slums with this shit. So any one of these artists, they come from the slums too. So every day of life is an experience because a nigga never lived life like this. So for me, I didn't think it, but once I seen we could do it, I went for it.
And a lot of people don't understand, like, you'll see a new artist, you'll put them in the studio with you, you'll hang out with them, like, where do you develop, like, just showing love? Like, even, like, with Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan, like, you show love to them, like, I don't think you had to, I think you did. But how you develop that, you know what I'm saying?
It was through somebody else, but I saw the talent in Thug. But Thug brought the other boy to the game, but it was always what I saw in him.
Right.
Solid soldier, real gangster. Fuck with him till the day. That's my partner, my little brother. But I saw so much talent in him at a young age. He was 19 when I met him. And I just felt like with my platform, we could make him a star. The world ain't seen no shit like this here. And we started that Rich Gang shit, but it was really about him.
Right.
About Thugger.
About Thug.
Definitely.
God damn it.
I mean, I want to take it back. I want to know what in New Orleans in the days when it was y'all and No Limit.
Yeah, I want to know
how was that? For us that don't know, you know.
Was there ever like, because we know it was competition, but was there ever like, you know, it was beef or something like that with
certain artists, you know, Cash Money No Limit, that shit was real.
Yeah,
you know, they ain't fuck with us, we ain't fuck with them.
Magnolia Project.
Nah, that shit real.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
so it was a project beef? Like
two different, we from two different projects. So
that's what I'm saying.
It just didn't never mix, and me and his relationship never mixed.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Maybe the artists, but we didn't fuck with each other, so they couldn't fuck with each other.
But not because it was beef, or was there a little?
We just ain't never vibe, bro.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
We ain't
To
never
this day?
had no beef, ain't nobody dead, you know what I mean? But we just didn't never vibe.
Wow, to this day.
We just never vibe.
God damn, I would've heard. I respect that.
Don't get me wrong, I got the utmost respect for, you know, he from my same city, so niggas then came up and he did some shit niggas still trying to do. He put out 35 albums in 1 year, you hear me? So that's a lot of hustling, but I salute to everything he doing, you know?
God damn it, that's respect. Respect that. So, you be building this. Wayne is taking the flagship. Now, who comes first, Drake or Nicki? Because when Wayne had to come to you and say, you know, because you're the bigger company, so Wayne has to say, Bird, baby, we want to sign this. Who comes first, Nicki or
They
Drake?
both came at the same time.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, so was that like the Young Money
starting
album?
the Young Money, yeah.
So you look
Young
at
Money was already around day one.
Yeah, you had like who was the guy? Jay Mills.
Nah, they come after.
They come after. Oh wow.
But Young Money was Squad Up and all that other stuff Wayne was doing. But Young Money was just an imprint till we felt like it was time.
Right.
Till we found Drake and Nicki.
And then, so, what's your first impression for Drake? Because at this time, right, Nicki, you know, there's other artists from Queens, there's other artists from New York. Maybe you guys ain't worked with some, but there's other artists from New York. So you gotta identify that. There is no other lit nigga from Canada.
Nah, not at the time.
Not at the time.
Not at the time.
Big up my brother Cardinal Fisher, because I
Yeah,
don't want you to send
Socrates
darts at me.
also, there's a dude,
You know what I'm
Socrates
saying?
out there.
But you know what I'm saying? Lit.
Yeah.
There's no. So this is actually.
And he was already an actor.
Yeah, he was an actor, but he was an actor on some shit. No one that was,
Well,
not
in
really.
Canada they knew about it.
But in Canada they knew about it. So, what's the first thing that pops in your mind saying, "Damn, Canada nigga, can this work?"
It wasn't even. I didn't even know where he was from. I was like, that nigga cold. I said, the first day I met him, I told him he gonna be a legend.
Wow.
He said, for real? I said, nigga, you already a legend. That nigga bad. He come in the game as a bad man.
Right.
When I just heard his mixtape, that was the first tape he ever done. He eventually formed to be who he is. But day one when we met him, he wasn't who he is now. But
Yeah,
we
at
saw
first
the
I thought
potential.
he was mimicking Wayne at first.
No way.
At first, I'm just being honest.
I mean,
no
that's
way.
your opinion, but
Yeah.
that's two different machines. They
Right.
do music in two different ways.
Okay.
See, Wayne started something with that song Prostitute. Niggas wasn't singing back then. Niggas was still rapping, and he did that Prostitute, and that kind of changed the game. But Drake already was doing all this shit. So when he came, and over a period of time, Drake been around with us 10, 12 years. He formed into something that what he is right now.
Yeah, superstar. Now, Nicki is, you said, came at the same time.
Yeah.
Your first impression of Nicki was, she's just,
When we first seen her, he showed me a DVD. The same day we
come
did
up
it.
DVD, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The same day we did $1 million the first week on a Carter 3, I think, Carter 2 or Carter 3, whichever one that was. And we flew her in. I just seen something in her.
Right.
And he really seen, he brought it to me and like, she gonna be the female of Young Money.
Wow.
But you could see, but being around Nicki, she eventually formed into something.
Right.
Because we give them so much freedom to be whoever they want to be.
Right.
And she formed into Barbie.
Right. Now, moving around a little bit, have you ever, tried to make an artist and it just didn't work, and you did everything you could do?
It's the music business, bro.
Right.
A lot of shit you do might not work.
Exactly.
I've been with Jacquees 4-5 years.
Right.
With Thugger, and I've been with Wayne. Wayne had the longest run in all of them.
Right.
Wayne was around 10, 15, 12 years before he always was successful till he took it there. Like Nicki and Drake and them, they popped off top.
Right.
They went straight up.
Right.
Wayne had a longer ride before maybe because the ambition was higher. Nigga wanted to go where Jay was at.
Right.
Nigga wanted to see what it feel to be up there.
That's real.
And that's what a nigga shot to.
That's real.
As far as on that rap shit.
That's real. As far as that rap there, yeah. That's
Nigga
real.
went up with it.
Where do you put Cash Money when you compare it to like a Death Row, a Bad Boy, anybody? Where do you rank yourself?
To me, with all respect to everybody that ever did this shit, none of them have done more than me.
You got 1 billion.
I sold over 1 billion records. I done sold over 300 billion streams, and I done did over 575 million on iTunes alone.
I'm sorry, I'm not counting your money. I'm just saying. Just say that one more time.
I sold over 1 billion records.
Yes, a bit. Go ahead.
I done did over 300 billion streams, and I done did over 575 million on iTunes.
Goddamn, make some noise. That's it. I ain't gonna. I felt richer, as he said. I felt richer. I felt like a check in my account just now.
A lot of them cats who did it before me, bro, I respect what they did and how they done it, and I looked at all of them, and I just wanted to be better and do better.
And you know the crazy shit is, when I have barbershop talk when the cameras ain't around, and they compare you guys to the Jays, and they compare you to the Diddys and everybody. The difference between you is you did it mainly on music.
I did it all music.
All music.
All music.
God damn it, yeah.
When they gave it up, I hugged it.
Right.
This was the life I wanted. This is the life I chose.
Right.
And I refuse today to give it up. Wow. I love it.
Wow.
I love the hustle of music. I love to take young black men and make them successful who ain't got nothing. That's an ambition for me, to see talent in a young man who see it in themselves, but I'm going to believe in them and show the world what they got within them. That shit a rush for me.
Right.
How do those deals that you created early on that were monumental change for the streaming era? Like, did you have to adjust what you were doing or reapproach it?
Hey, streaming is the best thing that ever happened to the game, bro.
Wow.
You remember? Because now you could, it's more money in it. There's more money in this game now than there ever been. So for a young man who's streaming, he don't need all the things we needed back in the G.
Right.
Nigga could be doing that shit off of YouTube and social media and get him a bag. It's so plentiful now, all over. It's the money is way up.
Right.
No, the money just way up for these youngsters.
Wow.
You could do more. What I did in 30 years, I could do it in 5 years.
Wow.
I'm gonna do it again in 5 years.
Wow.
It's a different game. It's a faster
So you prefer
hustle.
it now, the way it is?
I prefer it then because it make me appreciate it because I put in the body of work for that shit. But now it's a different hustle. To me, it's easier, but it's more plentiful. It's more money for everybody.
Right.
It's a different game. You see these niggas running around with all the bags on the phone by their ears and shit because niggas really getting it.
Right.
Now the music business is way up and it's dominant urban music. It's the culture.
Like hip-hop,
We're the culture.
number one
Hip-hop.
Internationally, yeah.
We're the culture.
Now, like I said, I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. Now, I want to, right up top, thank you and say thank you for coming through because the world, the public haven't seen you.
I try to talk less than don't talk at all.
Right.
And let my actions speak louder than words.
God damn it. Let's make some noise for that. God damn it. But the last time the internet kind of saw you was when you said, "Are you finished or are you done?"
Yeah.
And it was the most classic, legendary shit.
Yeah.
You told them all three of y'all, and that was hardcore. Let's make some noise for that. God damn it. Now, what?
Can I see your light?
Okay, of course. Now, what exactly was they? What did they do to make you? Because I haven't seen you mad like that ever. I never. I know you 20 years. They had to. What did they do? Let me get into. What did they do? Or how was that?
I just had some shit on my chest.
Okay.
Really with Charlamagne.
Okay. God damn you, Charlamagne. Go ahead.
I just wanted to see him face to face and let him know. You heard me? Slime, stop playing with me.
Right.
Respect me. You disrespecting my name. You playing with me up here.
Right. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah,
Damn, we got respect on your name over here.
Off
We want
top.
you to know that. God damn, we got some respect on his name over here. God damn it, Drake Tip. So, did you know that was the most viewed 2 minutes in the internet?
Do you know how viral that went?
Yeah. That was viral. And I could tell you was trying to keep your composure.
You know,
You
nigga ain't trying to,
yeah.
you heard me? Nigga have a nigga behind the wall.
Right. But you haven't talked to the media since. That's real shit. And you sat down with us, man.
I try not to, but you a different culture, bro.
Thank you.
Man, your
I'm of the
respect
culture,
for each other. Then we had a mutual friend that we both lost together, man.
Hold on, everybody, please. Make sure your phones is off. I want to give a moment of silence to one of my close friends, Birdman's close friend, CeeLo, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Bow your heads and close your eyes for a second. God bless you, CeeLo. God bless you. Yo, man. That shit fucked me up. I've been thinking about it right now. Like, that shit fucked me up because I didn't see that coming, man. God bless
At all,
you.
me neither.
And that nigga loved you.
He just was on a plane with me,
Yeah.
man. We all flew out there together, but you know, bro, life goes on, bro. Fuck it.
That nigga loved you. And,
Nah, he real solid, nigga.
yeah.
We miss him for real.
I miss him too, man. Great fella. Now, all right, we moving along, right? We hear these rumors about you and Wayne and all this crazy stuff, right? And those rumors take over, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's a moment where you and Wayne is together and y'all hug each other. Why you think the internet didn't blow that moment up more than they blowing the negativity? And this is just honest, you know what I'm saying? Because if they gonna blow up, you know, what they think went wrong, when they see that moment that it was corrected, why you think the internet ain't give it the same energy?
I don't know, I must have been thugging too long, bro.
Right.
I really don't know. And I never get caught up in the internet shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Right.
I'm gonna live my life how I live my life. Wayne, I love him like a son. Still today, you know, we communicate. He is my son to me. Before I even had my own son, he was my son. So I really don't give a fuck about no internet. Right. And I always take the lick, but fuck it, I'ma still stand up. I'ma still be a man, and I'ma live it like that.
And you always sort of stood that ground, like Wayne is my son, and like you never caught a moment where you got mad because, like you said, like you
caught a lot of moments I got mad, but still, when you look at somebody who you considering your son, you gotta suck that shit up.
Right.
And no matter how I felt, I sucked it up.
Wow.
Cause you know he might have was feeling some kind of way, but it didn't matter. I just sucked the shit up and kept it moving. The only thing I could do was just keep hustling, cause I knew me and him were gonna eventually get back together.
You kept saying that. Like,
I wasn't worried about that, but for me as a man and what I got in this game for, I just wanted to keep hustling and keep making talent throughout all the storm.
Now, one of the people that was vocal when you guys were beefing, and then one of the people that was vocal after you guys, like, you know, gave that hug was Ross, right? Now, Ross, when you guys gave that hug and you guys squashed it, Ross tweeted out, or I think he Instagrammed, and he said that was honorable. So I guess that was his way of apologizing to you. Do you accept his apology, or?
For the track you're talking about that he did?
For I guess whatever he was saying.
I just came up. I mind my own motherfucking business. Right. I don't get in no other nigga business. Right. I'm in the music business and I don't mind niggas' business. Right. So when another nigga business, to me, that's a violation. Exactly. That's how I come up.
Exactly.
And you know, simple. I ain't never been no man to speak down on no man in this music business. Never did. That ain't my thing, cause I know how hard this shit is. You hear me? I ain't here to downplay a nigga. I won't see a nigga come up. Right. Period. So as far as me ever speaking down on a nigga, I would never do it now. But if a nigga disrespect me, fuck him. Fuck him, my bitch. We could kill, shoot, whatever you want to do. Right. But as far as me speaking down on a nigga in this game, that ain't my MO. Because I do my thing.
No, for sure. For sure. That's a motherfucking, that's real shit. That's real. Now, like moving on, like I said, I'm going to bounce around. Have you ever received slack for like having the tattoos like, on your face, or you rich already, who gives a fuck, right?
When I put them on my face, I ain't give a fuck. Right. I did that shit at 15. I knew I was gonna be a dope boy. Right. When I was born, I knew that my pops was a dope boy. So
I got chills when you said
that's
that.
what I always wanted to be. Right, I know any nigga that put tats in his face, it ain't too much more shit you could do. Right. Cause you're gonna be, there ain't too many doors you can go in. Right. I perhaps to choose hip hop. Right. So I can walk indoors with this shit on my face, but at first, you know, I was gonna be a dope boy for me. That was what it was for me.
Was it ever a little awkward when Thug and Wayne wasn't getting along?
We talked a lot about that shit, but I nipped that shit in the bud. Okay. You know, Wayne's my son and Thug like my little brother, so to me that was like a family situation. Okay. That shit wasn't gonna go nowhere. Okay. It was gonna be what it was gonna be. And we were gonna leave that alone and get back to it. My whole thing was to get them to work together. That was my plan. Was at that time we were going through changes with artists, with the Young Money, Cash Money shit. So I went and embraced Young Thug and them and went to Atlanta and started that Rich Gang shit. But my plan was always to get them to work together.
Now us in New York City, we had this group at one point called Murder Inc. and it was Jay-Z. It was Ja Rule and DMX. They were supposed to go and make an album. You think Wayne, Drake, and Nicki will ever make an album like that?
They had plans. They did a few songs, but you know, you never know. Everybody, bro, you hear me? Everybody is in so many different directions, bro. Right. Niggas playing with hundreds of millions of dollars. So, you know, it's a lifestyle with that shit. Right. You hear me? Wayne got his life, Nicki got her life, Drake got her life. Drake got his life. So everybody's in different areas doing different things, bro. So for them to come together and do it, is it possible? Yeah. Right. Definitely. But will it happen? I don't know.
Right. They're just too fucking busy.
Just everybody doing their thing, you know, everybody, you know. In younger days, we probably could have did it easier, but now, you remember niggas playing with hundreds of millions and they all got tours and scheduling. But honestly, I think it could and should happen because they're the most street talented in the game.
Now, Khaled on his way to superstardom. I don't know if I pronounced his name right. Did I say that right?
Khaled.
Yeah, on his way to superstardom, he was on E1 on Cash. Then he had a brief time on Cash Money, and now he's this big, huge mogul. How was the experience like what Khaled on?
He's still the same nigga.
Right.
He's originally from New Orleans too, right?
Yeah, I met him in New Orleans. Khaled a hustler, bro.
Right. All right.
And when a nigga hustler, what you can do but respect it.
Right.
He a hustler, he gonna find a way, get a way, make a way. That's the only thing I can say about him. He a real hustler, he gonna get it in.
And y'all cool still to this day?
Yeah, we cool,
Because
definitely.
I think Ross had said something on that record or some shit.
Man, I always did good with Khaled. Khaled could speak on me. That nigga made millions of dollars with me when another nigga ain't never gave him a penny. I was putting millions in his pockets. I always did good by him.
God damn it. God damn it.
Any young organizations that you see right now coming up that you feel is like y'all back when y'all started?
I like what P doing with QC. I like what he doing. You know what I mean? I always felt like we need more CEOs in the game. I really like what he got going on. He hustling. And I like what Top Dog built.
TD.
You know what I mean? Over there, what he got going on. You know, that's great, keeping that legacy on West alive. And I like what Young Thug forming into. You know what I mean? Because he's finding talent doing his thing. You're going to see a lot of that from Jacquees. I think you're going to see a lot of that from the new artists, the youngsters, going to be putting niggas on. Right. Going to be putting their own brands on. I think that's what's going to keep this shit going at a heavy pace, is when star artists put other rappers on.
Right. Now, Mystical at one point came over there with y'all. How did that work out? Because he was No Limit,
yeah, I was
correct?
Like, he's on both.
And did you receive any turmoil for y'all being
Nah, you know, Mystical and all them artists just was caught up in some shit was going on with me and this dude. You know what I mean? They always wanted to work together. That we didn't vibe, so it would never happen. But Mystical came. I always been a fan of Mystical. Mystical from New Orleans, he's a fucking legend. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He a legend.
He was always kind of like a free agent. He had Boot Camp Click, I think was his crew, right? What was the name of his crew?
Something like that. With the Army Fatigues on?
Yeah. They had beef kind of with Boot Camp Click in New York.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
We did a project with Mystical, bro, and we was proud of it, and we still cool today.
Right.
Nothing but respect.
How was the time like with Busta Rhymes?
You know, Busta a different type of nigga. Very respectable talent. Busta determined, bro.
Yeah, Busta
he ain't gonna
crazy,
stop.
my brother.
He ain't gonna stop. He ain't supposed to stop.
Right.
Keep getting that shit.
Right, that's a beautiful thing, man. So I mean, besides you getting money, because we know you get money, but why you develop you develop a positive attitude? I want to say that. Like it's like you don't get involved with the he say she say shit, but it's hard to in this game. To avoid that, you know what I'm saying? So how you develop that type of attitude? Because even me, I fall, like I be having to erase some shit. I be saying, some nigga say something, man, suck your mother. Like, oh shit, nigga, come on, CBS gonna pick that up. And I gotta erase the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't fall victim. Like
I see it ain't here at all.
What you said?
I see it ain't here at all.
Oh, okay.
I just don't get caught up into it. I'd rather chase the money than the bullshit. Bullshit easy, bro. I chase the money before I chase the bullshit. I'm not gonna entertain it. I'm not gonna really waste 1 second on it. I got too much other shit I want and I try to do. But I want to be able to set the bar so high in this shit that maybe the nigga who can touch it, he not even much on this planet yet. That's my only mission in this game, is to keep running it up.
God damn it. Is it first off, let me pick up the Best Buy liquors. I totally forgot. For them providing the liquor today. We gonna make sure they got what's the name of that joint again? What's the name of the joint? What? Sincerio. We're gonna make sure they got the Sincerio in there, because Birdman done bought me the big bottle. I'm taking that home because I'm not sharing with these niggas. They are not worthy.
BestBuyLiquor.com.
They my friends and all that. But yeah, BestBuy.com. They out here.
BestBuyLiquor.com.
Best Buy Liquors, you know what I'm saying? Now, are we gonna ever get another Big Timers album?
I doubt it.
Oh.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I'm doubt it.
You what?
I doubt it.
Oh, Lord, why?
I'm just not with it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I ain't with it.
Oh, okay.
And Fresh, my partner, I love him like a brother. We talk all the time. And you know what I mean? He do produce for me for certain things with other people, but I ain't with it.
So there'll never be another Big Timers. There'll be another Hot Boys.
Maybe a Hot Boys, cause
maybe a Hot Boys.
BG be home this year, so.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
That'd be crazy.
Maybe get something like that though.
And so who was the Hot Boys? There's BG, Turk, Wayne, and Juvie.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, the people would eat that up.
Damn.
But I got a Hummer that's
like a
sitting
super
on
group.
32. That was my. Did you really have a Hummer sitting on 32s?
Man, we were living that shit.
God damn it. God damn it. I always wanted to ask you that, like in real life.
Nah, real
I always
talk.
wanted to ask you that. Oh man. So okay, all right, hold on. So now people don't talk a lot about it. Slim don't really talk a lot. He's to the side. Like, just say a couple of words about Slim. What you know, because he's mysterious. No one knows.
Slim the coolest nigga on the planet.
That's right. That's right.
My brother, I look up to my brother.
Wow.
He mean everything to me. He's like a daddy to me. He everything. If it wasn't for Slim, well, none of this shit be still going on. Cause I was kind of ratchet with this shit.
Wow.
Slim really maintained and a thinker, you know. He kept all the pieces together.
God damn it. And why do you think like people don't talk about him more? Is because he's the behind the scenes?
He played it back.
I feel like he's like the Biggs of Cash Money.
Yeah,
that's the sense that I would get.
All right.
But he totally 1,000% the shot caller. Anything go down, Slim called all shots.
Wow. Now the first single that you guys signed was artist named Kilo G.
That was the first release.
That was the first release.
First ever on Cash Money.
Yeah.
Ever
Yeah.
on Cash Money.
Yeah.
Kilo G. Well, he sound like he's still selling crack
Nah,
cocaine.
rest in peace.
Yeah, he said rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Oh, God bless.
He got
God bless.
killed, bro.
God bless. So, oh man, all right, God damn it. All right.
What's the year that Cash Money started?
I had my federal tax ID number in 1990. I came home from jail in 1989, December 10th. I started my label, got my federal tax ID number February 10th. I signed with Universal 1997, May 10th.
And still Universal's a partner?
I've been there 23 years. Same team.
And Lil Wayne's first album was Lil Slim?
No, that's who brought Lil Wayne.
That's who brought Lil Wayne. Okay.
Lil
Okay.
Slim.
Damn, you've been getting money for 23 years from Universal. Them checks must be looking crazy. God damn it. God damn it. I'm counting your money. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just know. I'm proud to know you. I'm proud to know.
Just to keep it G with you, bro, I done made $2 billion with Universal.
With Universal.
Yeah.
Not to mention what you made before that.
Independently.
Right.
And $1 billion of the dollars I broke down with Wayne, Drake, and Nicki.
And now is Drake still signed to Cash Money? Are they all three still technically
We're in
signed?
business together for life.
Okay.
It's a long time.
When you cutting checks like that, ain't no nigga going nowhere.
Right.
All right.
Money long, nigga strong.
Right. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. I was so glad, you know, as a person that, you know, seen y'all from the beginning. I can't say from the very, very beginning, but like from the 90, I would say from 98 to 97 on, you know, when I seen y'all rectify the situation, that's the reason why, if you ever notice, like, we supposed to be media or whatever, but we ain't never talk about that because I know your relationship from the beginning, and when I seen the turmoil, I wanted to look at the end result, so I chose not to ever speak about that because of that, and I feel like no one should to tell you the truth, like when it come to y'all, like especially if people who know y'all relationship, like this is real shit, like I know you love that nigga, you know what I'm saying, and I respect you and respect your stance for never falling victim, and like I'm glad that you said, man, listen, man, there's been times, N.O.R.E, I almost did, but I didn't.
Nah, I never almost.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
I would never cross that line with Wayne. I always looked at him as a son, so how could I ever disrespect him?
Right.
That wouldn't be a man. That wouldn't be a father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could never disrespect somebody that called a kid my son, so
Right.
I would never. I just suck it up.
And then, so and how initially did y'all like kind of fix it? Was
we talked,
yeah,
talked a couple of times.
Okay,
you know what I mean. That was important to me.
Right.
That I started with Wayne. I gave my all to my son, and he gave his all to me. So, for me to continue to do this business, I had to fix that with him.
Right. God damn it.
That was
honorable to me, man. That's honorable to me. Like that was the time I did want to speak on it. I wanted to speak about y'all, fixing the situation because so much in our community is always the bad part that's promoted. When the good part happens, why the fuck we don't show it that same energy? You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I commend you on that. I commend him on that. I commend you brothers. Rectifying the situation, because the one thing you don't ever want to do is let your family members be affected through money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to come and go. But now I'm just getting a little awkward. How are you and Tyga stand? Because I know he was supposed to be signed to the label or something like that, and he said that he was on Interscope or some shit.
You know what I mean? That's a whole nother movie, bro.
Okay, that's another movie. All right, cool.
That's a whole nother situation. But I always did great by Tyga. I put millions in his pocket.
Right.
I ain't never violated that young man ever to speak in my name in vain in any kind of way.
Right.
You know what I mean? I always stood solid with him.
Right.
But that's a whole nother some other shit.
Do you think that sometimes people blame you because that's the easy way out?
I'm the gangster, so you know how that go. You know what I'm saying?
Say hello to the bad guy.
Right. Well, yo, man.
They gotta stand on that shit though when you be saying that shit.
Right.
Cause eventually you know how this shit go, bro. You never know, bro. It's the music business.
Right.
You never fucking know.
Right.
You don't burn no bridge, not one of them.
Right.
It's a music business.
Right.
You gonna run past. I'm gonna be in this shit for real.
Right.
I'm big dog in this shit.
Right.
So I ain't going nowhere.
Right. God damn it.
Was the track that y'all did together the first time that Cash Money worked with a New York artist or did a feature?
What you mean?
On
Nah,
Another Flame. It felt like that.
we was already a fan. Wayne turned me on to their music. He was more up to date with them than me. So when we go up there, we go check. We go hit every ghetto. We go in every project. We go in niggas' hood and just chill.
Right.
That was our whole mode when we go in whatever city. I'd have been in every ghetto in America.
Because we was here in Miami and it seemed like Cash Money wasn't really doing a lot of features, at least not outside their area.
I wouldn't let them niggas do features.
Right, so there you go.
I wouldn't.
So it was a big deal when we saw that feature down here. We were like,
certain niggas, bro. Because I ain't want to hold myself or hold my niggas. We ain't going to be, man, these niggas ain't help us do nothing. I ain't trying to be cool with no nigga. I don't want to be cool with no nigga.
Right.
That was our motto. But certain niggas we fucked with.
Right.
And, and we did that shit.
To this day, baby, I still got that 25 year relationship with motherfucking Cash Money, nigga. Make that. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I wanted to personally do this because, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever's the opinion of anybody else's, that ain't my opinion. But I gotta stand on what I know, on what my ground is. And whenever I stepped to you and I came to you, because I remember, not too long ago, I had a Wayne feature. I was independent like a motherfucker. I ain't had nothing to hit nobody. And I said, and you said, you listen, partner. What you did tell me is, don't you have no other nigga call me ever again, nigga. You better call me direct. And I was like, my bad, Birdman. Never again, my nigga. I was like, yeah. He said,
talking about finito?
Yes, because what happened was, you know what I'm saying? And me and him had lived in a close vicinity of each other. I don't want to say where.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say where because fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't feel right like reaching out to him, and he was like, don't you ever not feel right. Nigga, you reach out me direct.
I always looked at you as a partner.
Exactly, my brother. I appreciate that, brother, because you held me down. And so I wanted to do this interview personally because you get a bad rap sometimes. So many people say, Birdman is this and Birdman, you don't speak. So sometimes if you don't address the rumor becomes the truth. So in this day and time, I wanted to come out and.
But can I tell you how I personally feel about that? I don't give a fuck.
God damn, that was the hardest answer ever, brother. God damn. Yo, so we've been recently seeing the emergence of black excellence and black ownership. I know we touched on it a little earlier. what is the next step for us to grow as a people, whether it be us as hip hop people or us as just, you know, what is the next step for us?
I could speak on the music part. Okay. Ordinary life, you know, that shit going different ways. But for the music, we need to just keep doing what we're doing. I see the youngins starting to spread their wings, you know, signing talent, getting talent. And there's so much in the game right now. It ain't like it was when we was coming up. This shit done changed for real. And it changed for the best. You hear me? So when you got these youngins out here doing it, I keep doing it and keep doing it harder. All I can tell the niggas, go harder. Don't ever think because you doing it, you cool. Nigga, go harder.
Like I know you are a real music guy, right? For years I've seen you. I go to certain places, you'll be there. Do you ever like see? Because some of this music out now, it's kind of trash, but it's hit records. Do you ever say? So what do you say? You say,
do you care?
Do you care, or because like you know if a record is mixed or not?
It's different game, bro.
Okay, it's a different game. So
you got a lot of old niggas tripping on a new game because it might not be the kind of music we was listening to. You got to get with this shit or get left behind this shit. It's a different game. A lot of niggas don't know how to transit or change into what's going on. You hear me? I always been trendy. I never been a follower. So for me, we're going to start what's going on, but you got to see what's going on and know what's going on. You hear me? The way these youngsters doing music now, you can't compare how we do music or how we did music. We wouldn't even understand the shit. But I get it. I understand it. And you got to get with it.
Okay, so what's the next step? What's the next move with your legacy?
I'm doing movies, bro.
Okay, wow.
Cash Money Films. I always had my Cash Money
the documentary.
Content. Yeah, I got my champagne. I got a few different hustles. My stunner brand that's within music, bro. I don't want to come outside of music. Everything I'm doing with is for entertainment. You understand me? My liquor and everything we doing. So I don't want to.
Left them niggas. Leave them niggas alone.
I'm forever with love.
Leave them niggas alone, Bird.
I'm forever with love. They bought me houses and shit. I'm forever with love.
They cut us some jacks too. We had colors in the building.
I'm forever with them. I ride with them. They been great to me.
That nigga said forever. I respect
they been great to me.
They got you and Funk Flex. I respect that.
But Flex put me down with that.
Yo, Flex put you down with that?
Flex put me down with that.
We don't mind. Let's come back.
Yeah, let's come back. Well, Birdman, again, you know, I want to thank you personally, because you ain't had to do this. You don't have to be questioned or you know, interviewed at all. You know what I'm saying? You are who you are, but I wanted to, you know, say the side that I see you from. You know what I'm saying? And because I just feel like sometimes it's unfairly how people view you. You know what I'm saying? So as a person who knows you, and not for just since yesterday, I know you for a while.
We got 20 in.
Always, if you say you're gonna do something, you've done it. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to honor that, and I wanted to respect that. And you know what I'm saying? I want to also, you know, big up to Mac Main and big up to Wayne and big up to the whole team, because I love when y'all together. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that guy who's seen it from the beginning, so I want to see it like that for the end. So even if I'm naive, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be that.
Nah, this shit together forever, man.
For real.
Ain't nothing gonna change that.
For real.
This shit together, when they bury us, they gonna bury us in the same city.
God damn it.
So we're together forever, man.
God damn it. So I want to personally thank you on behalf of me, EFN.
Nah, man, can I say something? Yes. I like what you doing too, man. I saw you transform, bro. I remember when you was still doing other shit, and to see y'all building what y'all building, that's what this shit about, man.
God damn it. Thank you so much, Birdman. Make some noise for Birdman.